For over 10 years now, we've been implementing the philosophy of community policing throughout the department. At the heart of this philosophy are certain basic principles. These principles include community partnership under the theory that by working with people in the community and the neighborhoods, we can help make the city safer and improve public safety for everyone. It includes problem solving, which is a belief that many of the situations we respond to are not unique, but have underlying conditions which through working smarter we can help to alleviate or to solve. And it also includes decentralization and geographical accountability. We believe that the closer we can get the people providing the services to where the services are being delivered, the better services we can provide. At the heart of what we're trying to do in East Arlington is to further reinforce these basic concepts. We believe by doing so, we can both provide better services to the public and also make being an officer and employee a more enjoyable and better experience.
East Arlington provides us with such an opportunity. The uniqueness of East Arlington, active citizen groups, citizen participation, police officers who are involved in community groups and active in East Arlington, police officers who have worked East Arlington and are familiar with the characteristics of the demographics of that area, all have an opportunity here to combine and jointly work together to enhance the quality of life for all of the citizens of that area. Yes, East Arlington does represent a perfect opportunity for police officers here, for the citizens that live in East Arlington, and for community groups to work together to solve problems and to enhance the quality of life, not only for residents in East Arlington, but ultimately for citizens all over Arlington, Texas. We look forward to the opportunity, to the advances, to the enhancements that will come forth as a result of this new working partnership with the community.
East Arlington, with its blend of industry, businesses, and community, is a unique part of our city. With a history of its own, East Arlington has matured over the last 45 years into a distinctive community containing 3 individual segments. The first segment is commonly referred to as Old East Arlington. This segment, which runs east of Collins Street between Abrams Street and Park Row Drive, started to grow in the late 1950s. It was the first part of Arlington to evolve from a small town to a growing city. The growth in this area was caused by the opening of the General Motors plant on East Abrams Street. The opening of this facility gave the neighborhood a blue-collar working-class character that exists to the present day. Homes in this segment are almost all identical in type of construction, available living space, age, and value. The second segment of East Arlington started during the 1960s and 70s along the 303 corridor. While businesses and other commercial properties grew adjacent to 303, the area south of this commercial property was developed into neighborhoods of single-family residences. The residential area eventually grew south from 303, nearly reaching Interstate 20. While many of the original businesses in the commercial corridor declined in the 1980s, several Asian businesses have revitalized this area in the last few years. On the other hand, the residential neighborhoods in this segment have, for the most part, maintained their appearance and value. Many of Arlington's Asian residents call this area of the city home, which is not surprising given its close proximity to the Asian business corridor. Finally, the third segment of East Arlington is south of Interstate 20 and east of Collins. This is the fastest growing area of the entire city. The area is dominated by single-family residential homes, almost all of which were built since the mid-1980s. However, given the large amounts of undeveloped land in this segment, more residential development is expected to continue in this area for the next several years. But, in addition to possessing 3 distinct segments, East Arlington has a definite sense of community. This sense of community is demonstrated through the work of several neighborhood-based groups. Specifically, 4 of the city's 5 active Citizens on Patrol groups operate in East Arlington. Also, East Arlington Renewal, a group of highly involved residents, is active in community revitalization efforts throughout East Arlington. In summary, East Arlington presents an interesting set of contrasts. It is one of the oldest sections of our city, yet its residents are actively working to revitalize their neighborhoods and community. Businesses that were once abandoned are now bustling with activity, and large areas of vacant property are rapidly developing into residential communities. All this is occurring in an area of the city with a racially and ethnically diverse population. East Arlington is clearly a community on the upward path of revitalization. Over the last several months, I've been assigned to work on the transition to the new East Arlington Bureau. Part of my responsibility has been to liaison with the community groups active in the area. During this time, I've met several of the members of the community that are active, that are crime watch coordinators, citizens on patrol coordinators. I've been very impressed with the level of commitment and dedication that I've seen. They're all very excited about the fact that we're going to be building this police facility and that we're going to be in their neighborhood. I'd like for you to meet some of the members that I've become acquainted with.
I'm Billy Streetle. It's nice to see you here today. I'm coordinate the Valley View Citizens on Patrol, and I'm extremely excited about the new police station being in my neighborhood. It's, I think, going to be an asset to all of us. I've lived in Arlington since 1941, and I've lived in my home here since 1952. I'm active in the neighborhood because it's an old neighborhood. It's a wonderful neighborhood, but we were beginning to see some signs of decline. So we decided to become active and bring the neighborhood back up to standards, and the police department have been extremely instrumental in doing that. They've worked closely with us as well as other city departments. I think I really can't say that the police station is going to bring a faster response time, because they've been extremely good about responding to us, but having them closer, I think, will be maybe a deterrent to some of the problems that we were having. I've enjoyed so much working with the police department as closely as we have the last few years, and I'm looking forward to continuing that relationship in the future.
Hi. Người Việt Nam chúng tôi chào mừng các cảnh sát mới đến giúp người Việt Nam. That's in English. Translating in English would mean the Vietnamese community welcomes the new Arlington Police Department, the East Side Division. Hi, I'm Nhi Tran. I'm 18 years old. I was born in Saigon, Vietnam. I have been living in Arlington for the past 12 years. I am now a UTA freshman majoring in electrical engineering, and I would like to say that the East Side Police Division in Arlington will help the Vietnamese community in varieties of ways. One of the ways is to let them know that somebody is there to help them whenever they're in need, in case of family crisis, community crisis, or just individual crisis, and that somebody's there to help them, to solve their problems for them, and to walk them through every step of the way. The other thing is to let them know that they are protected under the eyes of the law, and that they can get help whenever they need in any situation at all. And the East Side Police Station is near one of the most populated Vietnamese area in Arlington, and it helps them know that police is there watching over them, and that they're not being forgotten, they're not the forgotten community, and that somebody is there to help them and to walk them through their problems and to help assist them in any way the police can.
At New Beginning Barbershop, we understand that sometimes you have to take a different approach to solve problems and become successful. So we, as representatives of the business and the residential community, welcome the East Arlington Police Department to our neighborhood. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alice Pelfrey. I've lived in Arlington for 17 years, and I'm the coordinator of the Plaza Heights Crime Watch for 8 years. 6 years ago, we started having problems in our neighborhood. Several break-ins, unruly teenagers, and gang members, and we decided we wanted to put a stop to it. So we got together with all the block captains and decided we wanted to start a Citizens on Patrol. We talked to our beat officer, John Morgan, And he went to Captain Jerry Kendrick and told him what we wanted to do, and he said, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. And he started classes for us with the police department. Within 4 years, we have dropped our crime rate over 80%, and it's still dropping. Things have changed tremendously by working with the police officers. We're on a better relationship. Our neighborhood has changed. Everybody's taking more pride in their homes, in their yards and things. People are out visiting with their neighbors and walking in the streets. We are so thrilled about the new police station, and we know what a great difference this is going to be for our neighborhood and the area. And we're just really thrilled to be able to do this.
The police department recognized that it needed to form an effective and active partnership with the East Arlington community to assist in the area's revitalization. Therefore, in 1993, we presented a plan to City Council to build a police service facility in East Arlington. The council enthusiastically supported our proposal and agreed to put a $2.9 million bond proposal for the construction of the facility before the public. The bond proposal received overwhelming and widespread support from the city's voters.
The City Council and the citizens of Arlington are all very excited about the opening of the East Arlington Police Substation. Arlington's heritage has been based on a spirit of community involvement. That spirit is entirely consistent with the police department's move towards community-based policing. That is, bringing our law enforcement officers out into the community that they most directly serve. The residents of East Arlington have demonstrated a strong spirit of self-reliance, support for one another, a commitment to community service. Through their dedication and example, they are showing all of us how to reclaim our neighborhoods, revitalize our community, make our streets and homes safer for our families. They've accepted nothing less. What better example of our commitment to work together, that is, city and citizens, than the opening of the East Arlington Police Substation. East Arlington's future is bright. The commitment that is being demonstrated by the city and the police officers to better serve that community with the East Arlington Substation, I think, is one of many important steps to be made to make Arlington's future great. We're all very proud of this tremendous facility and the fine officers that will work out of this facility to help serve the East Arlington community through their dedicated service, our dedicated service, the commitment of the citizens of Arlington. I think our brightest days are ahead.
Finally, the East Arlington vision is much more than just bricks and mortar. The department realized that this facility provided us with an opportunity to do something other than business as usual. Therefore, the East Arlington Police Service Facility is the department's first effort at decentralizing our core service delivery functions to better serve the public. This facility is, in essence, an experiment in the development of an improved strategy of providing police service throughout the city. We believe this new facility and new way of providing community service is the first step in the process of continually improving police service in Arlington. The opening of the East Arlington Bureau represents the most significant change for the Arlington Police Department in our recent history. With our support and commitment, we can make this a positive impact on both East Arlington and the City of Arlington as a whole.